I'm Lentswe Bhengu, and I've been traveling Africa, learning more about its cultures and cuisines. And now I'm in South Africa to find out more about the different cultures that call Mzansi home. Today, I'm at the US Embassy here in Pretoria, where I'll be meeting the Chargé the acting ambassador, Jessye Lapenn. And she'll be teaching me about the Thanksgiving holiday. More importantly, the food they eat. Come join me as we find out what they're serving on the plate next door. Woza. I'm here to meet Jessye Lapenn, the US acting ambassador based here in Pretoria. She teaches me about the history of Thanksgiving, and most importantly, I learn about the food eaten at the Thanksgiving table. Jess, in a nutshell, can you please tell me what is the history around Thanksgiving?
Right, so Thanksgiving is the moment, it's the time when we remember the experience of Native Americans in the United States and also of the Pilgrims, of those who arrived in America fleeing religious persecution. So in that way, it's really sort of the story of America, and we come together at Thanksgiving and we tell that story ourselves, to our families, to our children, and we remember where we come from and what do we find from the Thanksgiving story about ourselves, about America.
I must be honest with you, I'm a little bit scared about cooking a Thanksgiving lunch. Give me some tips.
Don't dry out the turkey.
Okay.
Don't leave anything in the oven because you've made so many different dishes.
Okay.
Don't drink too much while you're cooking.
Well, then I'm not cooking then.
Right, okay. And then enjoy, have fun, right? It's a fun holiday. You're sitting with friends, you're sitting with family, and look, so I live far from my family, right? I'm from New York and I choose to live in South Africa, and I am lucky to live here. But it means that for Thanksgiving, I've got to recreate a family, choose my own family through the friends and the people I know here.
I'll tell you an interesting story. I have 21 siblings. So tomorrow so I'm very used to cooking for a large crowd of people. And then there's still cousins and there's still friends and next door neighbors to come along. So I think cooking in abundance is fine for me. It's not drying out that turkey that I'm very, very scared of.
So I'm not going to take the pressure off. You should feel pressure.
Okay.
Don't dry out the turkey.
One tip.
Don't overcook it.
Jess, thank you so much. I've had such a great time here at the embassy. Wow, what a great job you guys are doing here. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
So excited.
I'm so nervous.
To me, Thanksgiving is a day where we can be grateful about all of our blessings and the things that are important to us, and share the things that we're thankful for with our friends and family.
I know that Thanksgiving in my family was a time when we came together to give thanks, to celebrate the different types of food that we have in the United States.
Thanksgiving is an inviolable family time. We spend the whole day together and we eat together.
Now, after all that formal stuff, now for the fun part, the shopping. First up with my shopping, that all-American pie. Gotta get the apples. Wait, obviously the turkey. Yep, that's it. I got it. First thing that's very important you're going to do for Thanksgiving is the turkey. And the reason why is because it takes so long to cook. This one, about 2.5 to 3 hours to cook, same resting time as well. Now, one of the secrets, everyone should know this by now, even when you're grilling chicken or you're doing turkey, is because it's such a lean meat and this breast is going to dry out, we're going to get some moisture inside there. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lift the skin, just with my hand, very, very gently, and create sort of an open hole like that, all around the turkey. I'm working some butter here, some simple butter, salt, pepper, chopped up herbs, a little bit of garlic. That's my little secret. And in between the skin and the meat, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to just slide through some butter. And the reason why is because while it's roasting, the breast and the actual meat is soaking up that butter, It's getting more and more moist. All the Americans I spoke to yesterday said, you gotta have sage. You gotta put sage in, whether it's a sage brine or sage in your stuffing. What I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna brine it at all, but I am gonna throw in some sage with my stuffing. So I'm gonna stuff my turkey with some mushrooms, some onions, some bacon, and pork banger. I want that real porkiness to come out. I'm a big fan of it. Most people, what they do is they put their stuffing in raw, okay? For me, I've actually cooked off my bacon a little bit because I want to render that fat a little bit and get that sweetness from the bacon. So bacon cooked off just a little bit. The pork bangers are raw, mushrooms are raw, onions are raw. It's gonna be a good turkey. Two and a half hours, time check. Boom, spaghetti. It's nongila, kind of spice nyana, got some mushrooms, got some onions, got some salt, pepper. Hello.
What is going on? You do not look ready.
Jess, please, it's almost 2 o'clock. I am sort of ready, that's all done. I'm just really stuck on this sweet potato and the marshmallows.
Dude, I can see, but I am here and we're ready to go.
You can help me with it.
I knew you were going to need some expertise, some American expertise.
Yeah, well, it's an American dish. I mean, how do you mix sweet potato with marshmallows and nuts as well? I just don't get it. Like, what's the
It's the best. All right, we're going to layer it. So I'm helping. But it's so funny. These are they're South African sweet potatoes, which is great. It is the local. Will you help me hold it?
Of course.
It's the local twist on an American dish. I'm telling you, if you don't have the sweet potatoes with the marshmallows, the kids won't come. This is their fave.
But who decided that this is an actual dish? Who sat there one day and was like, sweet potato mash, marshmallows, this is a thing?
This is a thing? That's how tradition works. You really don't know. It's just a thing. All right, so we've got our sweet potatoes.
Okay.
Next up, super important. First you have to taste. You gotta taste.
Don't we toast them first?
You do it raw.
Just
You
raw?
taste it. Good, no?
I love a pecan.
American pecans.
I love a pecan.
American pecans, which you can get here. Cool, perfect. And now we're marshmallowing.
No.
Yeah. That's it.
Just like so.
That's it. After we put the marshmallows on, we're gonna toast it for 30 minutes. So the sweet potato mash part, right, it's already cooked with butter and sugar. Yeah. A lot of butter, a lot of sugar.
Oh, I get it. I get it though. I get it. The marshmallows melt over like this. Look like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that, but the marshmallows are gonna do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Rest is for hot chocolate. And that's it. We're gonna put it in for 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
30 minutes at 250 Fahrenheit.
Perfect. Got it.
Are you sure about this?
I'm so sure.
Are you sure about this?
I'm sure.
Otherwise, are you happy?
Very.
Are you guys coming?
I know, they're almost here. They're coming at 2.
Okay, you go get ready.
All right.
While I finish up here and I'll make everything look pretty.
Fine, you finish here and I'm gonna go out and serve them drinks. We've got American bourbon to start.
My experiences in the US is that it's a time for getting together, giving thanks. And I was fortunate to spend quite a few Thanksgivings for the time that I was in the US. So I've got a good sense of what it is about and what it entails.
If I could compare Thanksgiving to any South African holiday, it would definitely be Christmas. I think for me, Christmas is a time of family and everybody gathering together. Your aunts, your uncles, friends, neighbors, everybody is there, and it's really one major feast.
All Americans end up celebrating Thanksgiving, including what we call new Americans, meaning immigrants. And everybody brings their own traditions, right? They bring their jollof, they bring their curry, but they have their turkey at the center of it. So for me, it is, again, it's the turkey, but it's also the people, it's the friends, it's the family, and it's the moment of gratitude. And so I want to thank everyone for joining us to celebrate an American Thanksgiving in South Africa. We have a celebrity chef, Chef Lentswe, who has become a great friend of mine, and he has done all the fabulous cooking, and he is going to join us now with our awesome American turkey.
Hey guys, so we got turkey stuffed with some bacon, we got lots of pork in there and some mushrooms. So I thought I'd bring a piece of myself onto this table, and one of my flagship meals is samp risotto. Okay, samp is eaten all over Africa. It's a staple of my family. Istanbul, Ngushu. But then I've jazzed it up a little bit. I add a lot of butter, lots of Parmesan cheese at the end.
What's happening here?
That's cranberry sauce. So I wanted to jazz the cranberry sauce up a little bit. But tradition says in America that you literally open the can and you tip it open and that's it.
I learned that when I was 6 years old. So my job was to slice that came out the can, and you slice it according to the imprint it made. Let's see, I went to an African market and found morojo.
Morojo, yes?
Finally, I found greens, because collard greens is something you cooked through the night. Thanksgiving started the night before, and you smelled the greens throughout the house the whole night. You woke up and you smelled greens. So when I finally found it here, it was like, okay, now it's Thanksgiving. I actually love today. I think my whole experience living in South Africa has just been kind of like aligning to the fact that South Africans and African Americans have been aligned for many, many years. And today, just kind of enjoying his interpretation of a holiday that I grew up on was just, it was perfect.
But you can't collapse until you have dessert. You can't. No. I'll tell you why. Because we've got apple pie, we've got pecan pie, and we've got pumpkin pie.
Fresh pumpkin.
Yes,
Pumpkin. That's
fresh
very
pumpkin.
important.
No,
Fresh pumpkin pie, not from a can.
100%. So this is, I would say, no, it's true. So
I do wish that in South Africa we had such a tradition, because it allows people from all cultures, all backgrounds to get together and give thanks for what we have in our country.
Just from my side, I just want to say thank you so much for a lovely lunch. Thank you for introducing us into American holiday Thanksgiving. I've learned a lot. I've learned how to prepare 2 turkeys in one go. And I hope you guys are here. I guess I've also learned something.
thank you, Chef. The turkey was perfect, not at all dry. I love that you brought the samp and the fresh pumpkin, because as we share our American traditions and our American foods, we're also excited to learn about South African traditions and South African foods. So it was, for me, like a very special sharing, so thank you for that. And thank you for all of you guys who shared with us. This is super lovely.
Very special.
And I hate to be that person, but I think there's only one thing left we can say, which is a collective Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.